Hello, it's worked. Right. I need to just check if this is too bright. Hang on, because it's dark outside, so I've got lights on. Let me just see what it's like if I put this off. That's probably a bit better. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Right, hello, welcome to Wednesday's class. I'm sorry, I couldn't test that before I went live. I had to go live to test it. Right, so we're going to start with our usual 2 or 3 5-minute warm-up. We're going to start with a heel dig and an opposite bicep curl. Heel dig, bicep curl. One leg, both arms. One leg, both arms. One leg back, both arms forward. One leg back, both arms forward. And a high knee and a high arm. Opposite arms and legs. Okay? So, the first thing I have to say before I forget is there's no class on Friday. Okay? So there's no class on Friday, but obviously the classes are online, so you can still do them. There's no excuse not to do them. Just because you know I'm not here, not doing it live, if you put on Monday's class, it's just as if I am there. So that was the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing is, if you're new, the class is in sort of 3 bits. Well, four bits really. There's this warm-up. And then there's a 10-minute session where we use either no weights or light weights. That's entirely up to you. And then there's a 10-minute session where we do the same exercises and we use heavy weights or medium weights. I'll talk you through it at the time. And then the last section is on the floor work. Now, if you're new to this and you're not certain that you can get up off the floor, then either have someone with you or don't do that bit. Last thing I want is for somebody to be stranded on the floor. Okay? All the exercises, you can do them at your own capability. We do 12 repetitions of each exercise. And if you can't do 12, that's absolutely fine. Do what you can do. Some people only manage 1 or 2 repetitions of each exercise. That's fine. 12 is something to aim for. And remember, there's no such thing as doing them perfectly. You're moving, so that's all that matters, really. I'll show you how to adapt some of the exercises. Okay? Right, so enough chit-chat. Let's concentrate on these exercises. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, high knee. These exercises are good because they heel dig, side. They use most of your muscles and joints, but also because it's a sequence, uses your brain as well. Side, back. If you're new and you get lost in the middle of this, it doesn't matter. Just catch up, or you'll get to know it eventually. It's important when you're doing exercises, especially when you first start, if you can't do them, don't think, oh, I can't do this, and give up. Grown-ups are very good at giving up. We're not good at keeping on doing it like children do until we can do it. We expect to be able to do everything. And if we can't, we're like, oh, I can't do this. But if you haven't exercised for a long time, your body is out of practice. And the only thing that will make it better is practice. And it's vital that you keep moving, vital that you keep strong. Else you'll end up frail and not able to look after yourself. So it's important to be consistent. Heel dig, side, back, knee. Right, we're going to do 3 more just before we finish. We'll do them slightly more quickly. So we're going to go heel dig, side, back, knee. Heel dig, side, back, knee. Heel dig, side, back, knee. Was that 3 or 2? Do one more. Heel dig, side, back, knee. Right. First exercise we're going to do is a squat, but we're going to do it in the chair. So we're going to do a sit to stand, but that's still squat technique. And doing it in the chair, that's what you do all day long. You sit down, you stand up, you sit down, you stand up. You should be able to do it without using your hands, and it makes your legs stronger. And we need strong legs. I'm going to use light weights because we're not just going to do the legs. As we stand up, we're going to do an overhead press. You can use weights or not, as you please. If you don't have weights, then that's fine. Just use your arm movement. But if you want to get strong, you really need to get some weights. But anyway, but if you're new to this, maybe do it, get the technique right before you start using weights. Okay, so shuffle towards the front of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, hands here. And we're just going to, let me get my feet in the right place. We're just going to stand up. 1. When you get down, just brush the chair with your bottom if you can. 2. If you need to sit down, do. 3. But if you can avoid it, all the better. 4. 5. Try not to plonk down. 6. Slow and controlled. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Okay, put your weights down. Get rid of the chair because it's in the way. Your chair may not be in the way. The next exercise we're going to do is just touching elbow to knee, opposite elbow to knee. If you can't get your knee right up like that, that's fine. Do what you can. And at the same time, take the other arm back. So it's sort of like exaggerated running. So we're going to go. 1, get that twist in your spine as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not sure I'm always messing up the counting, I think, aren't I? Right, we're going to do a lunge now. I'm going to use the weights again, light weights. With the lunge, we're not going to do a stepping backwards and forwards lunge. We're going to do a static lunge. So have your feet hip width apart. Take a step forward, but still have that good sort of wide base. I'm going to go sideways so that you can see what my torso does, what my knees do. So step forward. We're only going to do a little lunge. You don't have to go right down. I should have said, at the same time as we do the lunge, we're going to do a bicep curl. So you want both elbows anchored. Your upper arm doesn't move at all. And your lower arm just goes like that. You're not doing this. You're just doing that. Okay? So, small dip. 1, 2. This is a balance exercise as well, actually. 3. Nice and slow and controlled. 4. As you get better at it, 5. Stronger. 6. 7. You will automatically go down a bit more. 9. 10. 11. 12. But don't worry about that. Just go down as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe challenge yourself a little bit, but there's no need to go right down. 1. Make sure your knee stays straight. The forward knee stays straight. 3. Mine wants to bend in like that. 4. I have to concentrate on stopping it. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Next thing we're going to do is a side bend. So feet hip width apart, and we're just going to go down to one side. The other arm can come up like this if you want, because that's just increasing the number of muscles you use. So we're going to go 1. You don't have to if it's too difficult. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, so let me look at my little crib sheet. Yeah, we're going to do some more squats. By the time this class is finished, you will have done 48 sits to stand, which is quite a lot. So sitting down, with or without weights, shuffle towards the front of the chair, get your feet positioned, arms positioned. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. The temptation is 4, to do these quickly to get them over with. 5. But the slower you do an exercise, the harder it is. 6, and the better it is for your muscles. 7, because the more effort you're putting in. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. Right. What we're going to do now, that's the sort of end of the first section, but we're going to finish with a bit of balance, because the next section starts with a sit to stand. And I don't want you doing 2 lots of sits to stand. So we're going to do a bit of balance. So we're going to have the chair near you if you need it. And we're going to just do one leg round the clock. We're going to do 12 of those and then 12 on the other leg. I'm not going to use the chair. So 1, if you need to tip your toe between each one, do. That's 2. But if you can do it without touching the floor, better. 4, 5, 6. The reason I'm moving the leg, 7, because it's harder. 8 than just standing still. 9, because it overbalances you a bit. 10. 11. 12. Lost concentration there. Next one, other leg. Give your legs a bit of a wiggle, because the static leg takes quite a lot of pressure. Okay, so we're going the other way this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, 5. That wasn't a very good one. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Fantastic. Right, get the chair again. We're going to do sits to stand again. This time, I'm actually going to use heavy weight, my heaviest weight. And the reason I'm using a really heavy weight is because I'm only using one of them. It's because our legs are doing the work. So our legs are very strong, stronger than our arms. And we're going to hold it like this. Not out like that, not right into your body, but sort of like that. Okay? It's called a goblet squat. So sitting down, shuffling forward, getting your knees and feet in the right position, holding your weight or not. You can still do this without weights. You don't have to use a heavy weight. Do it at your own capability. And we're going to go 1, 2. Really stick that bottom out. 3. It makes squats a lot easier. 4, 5. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side. 6. Hang on a minute, sorry. Move this back a bit. I'm crashing into that. 7, just touching the chair. 8, really sticking that bottom out. 9, 10, and it's your legs that are doing the work. 11, 12. Now, the next one in the sequence was the one where we did that. We can't do that with a weight, obviously. So we're going to do a goblet march. So you're holding the weight the same way as you did for the sit to stand. And we're just going to go 1, 2. Doesn't matter if you don't get your knees up as high as mine. 3, 4, 5. Nice and slow and controlled. 6, 7. This is balance as well. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's funny, when I started, I was like counting 1 on that leg, and then suddenly I was 9 on that leg. I don't understand. Lunges, right. This time we're doing medium weights, or light weights, or no weights. It's entirely up to you. But remember, if you want to improve, you need to challenge yourself. But get used to, if you're new to the class, get used to everything before you start using weights. So feet hip width apart, step forward, elbows anchored, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Other leg, forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fantastic. Keeping the weight, feet slightly wider than hip width apart. We're doing a side bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And finally, well, almost finally, more goblet squats. So, sitting down, shuffle towards the front, get your weight sorted if you're using it. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew, right, weight down. And before we go on to the bit on the floor work, we're just going to do another sort of balance one, slightly cardiovascular. We're not going to do this one. We're going to do skaters. So if your knees are fine, we're going to jump like that. Okay, the leg goes behind and you get a twist in your back. If you've got dodgy knees, just step. You don't need to, but it's good to get the twist there because it's good. Okay, we're going to do 12. It doesn't look very elegant, particularly towards the end, with me anyway. So we're going to go 1. If you can do it on your toes, 2, that's better. 3, but don't worry if you can't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, see, I mean about balance. 11, 12. Right. So floor, I'm going to put this down a bit so as you can see me. So if you're, remember, either don't do this or have someone with you if you're not sure about it. If you can't just plonk down onto the floor, get a chair and just slide off. Presupposes you've got quite strong arms, but just slither onto the floor. And then at the end, if you can get to the chair and just pull yourself up. But because I'm hardcore, my head's going to disappear. This is where the lunge comes in. I'm just going to go down into a careful lunge. Or you can just get down however you want. The first one we're going to do, take my specs off. First one we're going to do is called the bird dog. Now, if you've got dodgy knees, you won't be able to do this. And I'll show, or wrists, I suppose. I'll show you an alternative. I'll just show you the bird dog to begin with. So your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Am I all right there? Yes. And you're just going to take one arm forward and put that leg out and then come out, okay? I do the arm first and then the leg because it's easier to balance that way. If you do both together, you can overbalance. If you've got dodgy knees, go down on your tummy, get the dog leads out the way, and lying like this, lift one arm and one leg and put it down. One arm and one leg. Doesn't matter if you can't get them very far off the floor. The fact you're doing them or moving those muscles is enough, and it will come as you keep doing it. You will get stronger. I'm going to do the kneeling one. Okay, I'm going to start with my right hand. You can start whichever one you want, but it's opposite arm and leg always. So hand up, leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. And then we're going to lie down on our backs. I'm going to do a bridge. So heels near your bottom. And we're going to go up. You know what a bridge is. Make sure you're resting on your shoulders and not your neck. Push up as far as you can. Make sure your legs don't fall out or come in. Thighs stay parallel. And you might feel a pull on your quads. If that happens, if you can't get up, move your feet slightly away from your bottom, slightly out. Okay, so up we go. And we're going to just dip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just hold it up there for a moment. And then down we come. Oh, and then just lean forward. Don't sort of collapse. It's as if you had eyes in your chest and you're looking forward, just to take the kink out the back and to give us a bit of respite before we start the next one. Now, the next one, I started calling the killer plank. If you have dodgy, if you have anything wrong with your wrists, if they're just a bit weak, you can do this. But if you have anything wrong with them, then I'll show you an alternative. You just do the ordinary plank. But with the killer plank, what we're going to do, well, I'll show you the ordinary plank. If you either can't do very many of these or you can't do any at all, just go into the normal plank where your elbows are under your shoulders and then you're up on your toes, but your body is straight like a plank. But if your wrists are okay, we're going to go feet together. We're going to go one leg out and in, the other one out and in, and then 2 steps, and then back. Okay? You can come out of the position at the moment. I'm not going to count. We're going to do 12, but I'm not going to count so that you can go at your own speed, because some people say go faster, some people say go slower. So we're just going to go at our own speed, and when it comes to 10, I'll count you down. 10, 11, 12. Okay? So hands under shoulders, and we're going to go start. Remember what I said about being slow? It puts more strain on you, but it's better for you. Ten, 11, last one, 12. Hoo-wee. Right. Whew. So you can get up from the floor many ways. So if you wanted to, if your knees were dodgy and you were in the plank, you could go like this, bring your knees in, get your hands like that, and stand up. Okay? I'm going to use the lunge that we did. So we're going to go one knee forward and then stand up. I'm just going to do this so you can see my head. Don't know why you need to see my head, but I'm sure you do. And then we're going to do the same thing. Same knee forward, down and there. And then again, stand up and then back down again. One more time on this side. And then down. And then the other side, up, down, that's one. Just going to do 3, 2, last one. There we go. We don't need to go down again. Thank you very much for that. Remember, there's no live class on Friday, but that's no excuse not to do a class. Remember, like and subscribe. My grandson was having a book read to him. He's not even 3 actually. He'll be 3 in November. And at the end of the story, he said, "Thank you. Remember to like and subscribe." I think he watches too much YouTube. Anyway, if you can subscribe and like, I'd be very grateful. So, see you on Monday.